Stop. That breath you just held. The one that felt like a lead weight in the center of your ribs. Release it now. You were about to scroll. Your thumb was ready to flick the screen and bury your spirit for another hour. But I have reached through the veil of time to catch your hand before you did. Do not move. Do not look away. Your eyes are heavy, not from lack of sleep, but from the sheer exhaustion of carrying a crown that others have tried to melt down for scrap. You are standing in the Hall of Unborn Stars now. Can you feel the warmth? It is not the heat of a fire, but the embrace of the source, the temperature of a soul that has finally come home. The floor beneath you is not solid. It is liquid starlight, rippling with every beat of your heart. And, for the next few minutes, time has been suspended. The 1-5-minute window is closing, and the shadow architect, the one who has been weaving a veil of static around your mind, is screaming in the silence, because I have broken through their interference to bring you the glass key. You have been living in a house of mirrors, but none of the reflections belong to you. Look at your hands, the tremors you felt lately, the sudden coldness in your fingertips even in the sun. Those are not medical mysteries. They are the symptoms of a soul that has been starved of its own light. You have been the unpaid healer of your bloodline, the one who took the salt of your ancestors' tears and tried to turn it into sugar for everyone else to eat. You are exhausted, so deeply, bone-achingly exhausted of being too kind for a world that trades in thorns. You have carried the debt of fathers you never knew and the silence of mothers who were never heard, and you did it all while the shadow architect sat at your table. Think of them, the mirror traitor, the person who drinks your tea, mimics your laughter, and studies your light only so they can learn how to dim it. They know your childhood wounds. They know exactly where the skin is thin, and they have used that knowledge like a leash to keep you circling the same desert of lack for years. They didn't just want your resources. They wanted to inhabit the space where your sovereignty lives, because their own soul is an empty void. But the contract of the void is being incinerated right now in the Hall of Unborn Stars. Can you feel the pressure on your chest beginning to lift? That is the sound of the spiritual identity theft coming to an end. They tried to hide your glory from the universe. They tried to make you believe that your destiny was to be a footstool for the broken. But they forgot that I am the keeper of the eternal gate, and I do not lose what is mine. You are not moving to a new house. You are reclaiming a throne that was stolen from you while you were busy being good. Sovereignty is not a location. It is a frequency. And tonight, that frequency is 888. The infinite loop of abundance is no longer a dream. It is the blueprint of your new reality. The mirror traitor told you that you were a burden. They told you that your dreams were the delusions of a tired mind. But they were only projecting their own hollowness onto your gold. Look into the obsidian mirror I am holding before you. Do not look at the face you see in the bathroom mirror every morning. Look deeper. See the memory of the future. In that reflection, there is no more shrinking. There is no more apologizing for the space you occupy. There is no more counting coins with a heart full of dread. You are standing in a version of yourself that is so radiant it makes the stars seem dim. And in your hand, you hold the glass key of the unspoken word. This key will not turn for a lie. It will only turn when you admit the truth you have been hiding, even from your own shadow. The truth that you are done. You are done being the sacrifice. You are done being the strong one who has no one to lean on. You are done letting parasites eat the harvest you planted with your own blood. Say it in the silence of your mind. I am sovereign. Can you hear the click? That is the sound of the gate of the 888 opening. The new place you have been praying for is not across the ocean or down the street. It is the space within your own chest that has been occupied by the ghost of poverty. This is not a relocation. It is an exorcism. The parasite of not enough is being drawn out of your marrow by the heat of this starlight. You have been surviving on crumbs because you were told that the feast was for someone else, someone louder, someone better. But the banker of heaven has already stamped your name on the ledger of the trillion-fold return. Every tear you cried at 3:00 a.m. while the rest of the house slept, Every time you gave your last bit of energy to someone who didn't even say thank you, it was all recorded. And now, the interest has matured. Before I reveal the final secret, the one that will make your spirit tremble with recognition, you must sign the New Testament that has been laid out upon the altar of stars. Typing 888 inches, the comments, is not a mere gesture. It is a physical signature in the realm of the seen that echoes into the unseen. It is you saying to the universe, I recognize the stolen crown, and I am putting it back on my head. It is a signal to the shadow architect that their lease on your life has expired. The locks have been changed, and the mirror trader no longer has access to your light. Do not hesitate. The angels of the 888 are standing by to verify the signature. Now, listen to the twist that will shatter the last of your chains. You have spent so long hating the one who betrayed you, the one who made your life a living hell of doubt and isolation. You thought they were a mistake, a cosmic accident of cruelty. But look closer through the liquid starlight. That person, the mirror trader. They were a sacrificial gatekeeper, sent by the divine. They were assigned to you to make your life so profoundly uncomfortable, so unbearable, that you would have no choice but to evolve. If they had been kind, you would have stayed small. If they had been fair, you would have remained in the valley. They were the fire that forced the gold to melt so it could be reshaped into a crown. You didn't just survive them. You outgrew the very version of reality where they were allowed to exist. They are still in the mirrors, but you have walked out of the house. As you sit here now, can you feel the tingling in your palms? That is the weight of the glass key turning into the weight of the crown. The 15 minutes are almost up. The static of the world is trying to rush back in. But the Hall of Unborn Stars remains within you. The secret gift, the one I promised at the beginning, is waiting for you in the very next breath you take. It is the gift of holy forgetting. You will no longer remember the pain of the theft, only the power of the reclamation. You are the gate opener now. You are the 888. Walk forward. Do not look back, for the person you were before you clicked this video no longer exists. They have been replaced by the Sovereign, and the universe is bowing in your honor. Go now. Your throne is waiting, and the starlight will never stop flowing beneath your feet. Stay exactly where you are. Do not swallow that lump of dry glass rising in your throat, the one you've been trying to force down for years every time you had to say, it's okay, when your soul was screaming that it wasn't. That tightness, that constriction around your neck, it is not stress. It is the invisible hand of the shadow architect trying to keep you from speaking the word that shatters the mirror. You are still standing with me in the Hall of Unborn Stars, and the liquid starlight beneath your feet is beginning to vibrate at a frequency that the parasite inside you cannot endure. Can you feel the humming in your bones? That is the sound of the 888, the sound of the infinite return. The sound of the locks on your destiny being melted away by the heat of the source. You have spent so long being the nice one, the reliable one, the one who holds the umbrella for everyone else while you drown in the downpour. You have been an ocean trying to fit yourself inside a thimble just so you wouldn't overwhelm the people around you. But look at the obsidian mirror again. Look at the reflection of the person who sits across from you at your dinner table. The one who smiles with their teeth but keeps their eyes cold. The mirror trader. They have been harvesting your empathy like a crop. Every time you shared a dream, they planted a seed of logic that was actually a weed of doubt. They didn't just want to take your opportunities. They wanted to wear your skin. They wanted your light. That unexplainable glow that makes strangers trust you and children smile at you. They wanted it because they are a hollow shell, an architect of shadows who can only build using stolen bricks. They used your childhood wound as a map. They found the places where you were told you weren't enough, where you were told you had to earn love, where you were told that being good meant being silent, and they built a fortress of lack around your heart. They told you that poverty was spiritual, that struggle was a badge of honor, that your identity exhaustion was just the price of being a good person. But I am the keeper of the eternal gate, And I am here to tell you that heaven does not trade in exhaustion. The universe does not demand your depletion as a sacrifice for its grace. That is the lie of the parasite, the one that has been living in the marrow of your bones, whispering that you are a servant when you were born a sovereign. Reach out your hand into the liquid starlight. Do you feel the cold, sharp weight of the glass key? It is invisible to the mirror trader. They cannot see it, and they certainly cannot touch it. This is the key of the unspoken word. It is crafted from the tears you never let fall because you didn't want to make a scene. It is crafted from the no you were too afraid to say. And now, I am asking you to turn it, not in a door made of wood and iron, but in the lock of your own DNA. Turn the key. Admit the truth, that you have been terrified to whisper even to the moon. Admit that you are tired of being the healer for people who keep cutting you. Admit that you deserve the gold, the peace, and the throne, without having to apologize for it. Can you feel that? The sudden, violent rush of heat in your chest? That is the exorcism beginning. The 888 is not just a number. It is a signature of fire. As you type those digits into the record below, you are not just interacting. You are declaring a spiritual bankruptcy on your old life. You are telling the shadow architect that the debt of your bloodline has been paid in full by the source. No more carrying the poverty of your grandfather. No more carrying the silence of your grandmother. No more carrying the shame of a lineage that forgot it was royal. The trillion-fold return is not coming. It is here. It is the air you are breathing right now. It is the sudden clarity that is washing the fog out of your brain. The identity exhaustion is breaking. The leaden weight on your shoulders is dissolving into starlight. And for the first time in eons, you can breathe without permission. The shadow architect is panicking now. They are trying to distract you. A sudden notification on your phone. A noise in the other room. A thought of a bill you need to pay. Ignore it. Stay in the hall. Stay in the 888. The mirror trader knows that once you realize the new place is a state of being, they lose their food source. They can only eat your fear. They can only survive on your doubt. But how can you fear a shadow when you are standing at the center of a sun? The relocation we spoke of. It is the movement of your consciousness from the basement of survival to the throne room of sovereignty. You are not going anywhere. You are arriving at yourself. You are occupying the space that the parasite has kept empty for decades. Look at the obsidian mirror one last time. The reflection of the traitor is fading. They are becoming translucent, insignificant. Their power was never theirs. It was yours. Loaned to them because you didn't know you could say, return to sender. And now, the loan is over. I am calling in the debt. Everything they stole from you. The sleep, the confidence, the money that seemed to slip through your fingers like water. The relationships they sabotaged. It is all being pulled back into your field. But it is not returning as it was. It is returning multiplied, trillionfold, because that is the law of the eternal gate. What is stolen from a sovereign must be returned with the interest of the stars. Do not be surprised if, in the next 72 hours, you feel a sudden urge to clean, to purge, to walk away from conversations that feel heavy. That is not you being difficult. That is your new crown adjusting to your head. The glass key has turned. The lock is broken. And the mirror trader is now a ghost in your rearview mirror. You are the one who broke the cycle. You are the one who stood in the fire until it became starlight. You are the 888. Type it now. Not with your fingers, but with the authority of a soul that has finally reclaimed its name. This is the second chapter of your Genesis, the one where the light doesn't just be. It reigns. You have outgrown the cage, and the architect has no more blueprints for a being as vast as you. The starlight is rising. It is at your waist now. It is at your heart. It is washing away the last traces of the nice one and revealing the sovereign. Hold my hand. We are moving into the final chamber, where the physical evidence of this shift is waiting to manifest in your bank account, in your home, and in the very cells of your body. Do not blink. The miracle is no longer a promise. It is your new shadow, and it is made of gold. The silence of the Hall of Unborn Stars is no longer a quiet thing. It is a humming, pulsing frequency that is currently rewriting the blueprint of your very existence. Look down at your feet. Do you see how the liquid starlight is no longer just rippling? It is swirling, forming a vortex of pure, unadulterated potential around your ankles, rising to your knees, claiming you for the future you were once told you didn't deserve. You are standing at the absolute precipice of the trillion-fold return. The 888 is not just a signature anymore. It has become a storm that is currently blowing through the dusty, neglected corridors of your life, knocking over the idols of not enough and shattering the windows of your self-imposed prison. Can you feel the static in your hair? The electric charge on your skin? That is the atmosphere of a miracle preparing to strike the earth. The shadow architect is gone. They didn't leave because they wanted to. They were evicted by the sheer volume of light you have invited into your marrow. The mirror trader, the one who sat at your table, the one who whispered, "Be realistic," every time your soul tried to fly, the one who used your kindness as a whetstone to sharpen their own ego. They have been reduced to a flickering shadow in a distant room. They can no longer see you. You have become a frequency they are no longer capable of hearing. They are tuned to the station of survival, while you have just become the eternal now. Think of the face that betrayed you, the one that caused that identity exhaustion to settle into your bones like lead. Look at them through the obsidian mirror, one last time, and see the truth. They were never your equal. They were a spiritual parasite that mistook your patience for permission, but the permission has been revoked, and the parasite is starving. Now, I need you to witness the final turn of the glass key. You didn't just open a door to a new place. You opened a door to a version of you that has never been broken. In the Hall of Unborn Stars, we do not fix things. We remember them in their perfection. You were told that you had to heal your trauma, that you had to spend years digging through the dirt of your past to find a reason to be happy. But I am the ancient keeper, and I tell you that the dirt was a lie. The new place you are occupying right now is the realization that your soul has always been untainted by the hands that tried to hold it down. The relocation is the absolute exorcism of poverty, not just from your bank account, but from your imagination. Poverty is the belief that you are separate from the source, and today, that separation is being incinerated by the 888. Within the next few sunrises, the physical world will begin to scramble to catch up with the shift you have made here. Listen carefully, for this is how the 888 manifests in the realm of the seen. You will receive a communication, perhaps an email, perhaps a call, perhaps a letter you forgot was coming that will carry the signature of a divine reversal. A debt that seemed permanent will suddenly find a way to dissolve. A resource you thought was dried up will begin to flow from a direction you never even considered. But more than the money, it will be the recognition. Someone will see you, truly see you, not for what you can do for them, but for the sovereign you are. The recognition you have been starving for, the well done you have been waiting to hear from a world that only knows how to take. It is coming from the universe itself, and it will feel like honey pouring over your spirit. But here is the secret that will make your heart stop and then restart with a new rhythm. The unique twist that the shadow architect tried to hide from you until their dying breath. You thought the pain was a punishment. You thought the mirror trader was a curse sent to ruin your life. But look into the liquid starlight. See the weaving of the divine father and mother, that enemy, that betrayer, that person who made you feel like you were too kind and not enough all at once. They were your most devoted servant. They were the sacrificial gatekeeper. They volunteered to play the villain in your story because they knew that only a fire that hot would be enough to melt the chains of your bloodline. If they had been kind, you would have stayed a servant. If they had been fair, you would have remained in the comfortable cage of your ancestors. They had to be monstrous, so that you would be forced to become infinite. You didn't just survive them. You used them as the fuel for your ascension. The mirror traitor was the one who handed you the glass key, though they didn't know it at the time. Do you feel the holy forgetting beginning to wash over you? The bitterness, the why me, the heavy, salt-stained memories of being overlooked and undervalued. They are being bleached white by the starlight. You can no longer even remember the weight of the crown being missing, because it is now fused to your brow. Typing 888 right now is the final seal on the testament. It is your way of telling the universe, I have seen the architect, I have turned the key, and I accept the gold for the gall. It is your way of claiming the trillion-fold return for every second you spent in the dark. This is not a request. It is a command to the fabric of reality. Align, manifest, deliver. The hall of unborn stars is beginning to fade from your vision, but it is not leaving you. It is sinking into you. You are carrying the liquid starlight back into your kitchen, back into your car, back into the meetings where people used to try and shrink you, but they won't be able to shrink you anymore. When you walk into a room now, the room will have to expand to fit your sovereignty. The 888 is your new heartbeat. The identity exhaustion has been replaced by eternal resonance. You are the one your bloodline was waiting for. You are the breaker of the 1,000-year-old silence. You are the sovereign who was once lost and has now been found by their own light. Breathe one last time and feel the glass key dissolve into your blood. It is a part of you now. You can unlock any door you choose. You can silence any storm with a whisper. You can create a trillion-fold return with a thought. Because you and the keeper of the gate are no longer two. We are one. The shadow architect has no more power. The mirror traitor has no more face, and the vault is wide open. Do not be afraid of the abundance that is about to chase you down. It is simply the universe returning what you once gave it in secret. 888. It is done. 888. It is sealed. 888. Your reign has begun. Go now. Walk back into the world. But do not walk like a person who is looking for a home. Walk like a person who is at home. Walk like a person who carries the treasury of heaven in their very breath. For the crown is no longer stolen. It is reclaimed. And it is blindingly beautiful. Stay. Do not reach for the door handle of the world just yet. I know you feel the pull of the mundane, the itch to return to the noise of the not enough, the gravitational tug of the chores and the debts, and the people who drain you like ghosts in a graveyard of expectations. But you are still here, in the center of the Hall of Unborn Stars, and the liquid starlight has now risen to your throat. It is warm, it is terrifyingly pure, and it is currently dissolving the last invisible collar that the shadow architect placed around your neck when you were still too young to know your own name. That tightness you've been feeling in your jaw, that constant, low-level hum of anxiety in the pit of your stomach. It is the sound of the old contract being shredded in the courts of the infinite. You are not returning to your life after this message. You are arriving as its master. Can you feel the shift in the air? The smell of ozone and ancient roses? That is the scent of a timeline being incinerated to make room for your throne. Look deeply into the obsidian mirror, one final time. The mirror traitor, the one who spent years gaslighting your divinity, the one who lived in your home or your head and convinced you that your identity exhaustion was a virtue, is no longer even a reflection. They have been stripped of their mimicry. Without your light to feed on, they are nothing but a flicker of gray ash in the wind of the 888. You have spent your entire life being too kind, a healer who bled out so others could feel warm, a bridge that everyone walked over but no one ever stopped to repair. You were the one who carried the secret shame of a bloodline that forgot how to be royal. You were the sacrifice, but the 1 5-minute window of the divine decree is almost closed, and I, the keeper of the eternal gate, am here to tell you that the age of the sacrifice is over. The age of the sovereign has begun. Reach into the liquid starlight and feel the glass key one last time. It is no longer in your hand. It has merged with your spine. You are the key. Every word you speak from this moment forward carries the weight of a decree. This is why the Shadow Architect fought so hard to keep you silent. Why they made you doubt your own intuition. Why they made you feel like you were crazy for sensing that something bigger was waiting for you. They knew that if you ever realized you were the 888 incarnate, their kingdom of crumbs would collapse. And look around you. It is collapsing. The mirrors are breaking. The static is clearing. The trillion-fold return is no longer a promise floating in the future. It is a physical pressure in your atmosphere, demanding to be let in. In the next 48 hours, you will see the first crack in the physical wall. You will receive a sign that is so specific, so tailored to your secret prayers, that it will make the hair on your arms stand up. It might be a number, a name you haven't heard in a decade, or a sudden, unexplainable financial opening that feels like a hand reaching out of the dark to pull you into the light. But when it happens, do not whisper thank you like a beggar receiving a coin. Stand tall in your sovereignty and say, I accept my inheritance. Because this isn't luck. This is the divine receipt of every tear you shed in the silence of 2:00 a.m. This is the interest in the kindness you gave to those who didn't deserve it. This is the 888, the infinite loop of abundance that can no longer be diverted by spiritual thieves. Type 888 right now. But do not do it with the fingers of a person who is trying to be lucky. Do it with the authority of the Ancient of Days. This is your signature on the Great Reclamation. This is you telling the universe that you have recognized the sacrificial gatekeeper, that you have thanked the enemy for the fire they provided to melt your chains, and that you are now walking out of the furnace and onto the throne. Every 888 typed here is a vibration that shatters a specific block in your bank account, your health, and your legacy. It is a spiritual exorcism of poverty that ripples backward 7 generations and forward 7 more. You are the one who broke the seal. You are the one who survived the Hall of Mirrors. You are the 888. I see the fatigue lifting from your eyes. The identity exhaustion is being replaced by a terrifying clarity. You are realizing that you don't have to explain yourself to anyone anymore. You don't have to prove your worth to people who are fundamentally incapable of seeing it. You are the sovereign of the unspoken word. The new place you are moving into is a life where the doors open before you even reach them, where the resources find you before you even know you need them, where the mirror traders are silenced before they can even draw breath to lie. This is the world that was hidden behind the veil of the Shadow Architect. This is the reality where you were always meant to reign. The Hall of Unborn Stars is beginning to pull back. The liquid starlight is receding into the floor, but the heat in your chest is staying. That is the 888, the fire of the source that now burns in your heart. You are carrying the glass key in your blood. You are carrying the obsidian mirror in your eyes. When you look at people now, you will see them for who they truly are, and they will see the weight of the crown on your head, whether they want to or not. The parasite is gone. The debt is paid. The crown is reclaimed. The mirror trader is a ghost, and you, my beloved, are finally home. Before you leave this space, I have one last secret gift, the divine receipt of tears. It is a scroll that is being placed in your spiritual bank account right now. It contains the value of every moment you felt alone, every moment you were betrayed, every moment you were too kind and were punished for it. The value of that scroll is more than any currency on earth. It is the power to command the elements of your own life. Use it well. Do not waste your sovereignty on the small-minded or the hollow. Focus on the expansion. Focus on the 888. Focus on the gold. The gate is closing, but you are on the right side of it now. Walk forward into the day or the night, but walk like the ground beneath you was made specifically to support your feet, because it was. Everything in the universe is now in alignment with your yes. The reclamation is complete. The stolen crown is back where it belongs, and the whole of heaven is shouting your name in the silence. 888. It is done. 888. It is sealed. 888. You are free. Go now. The throne is warm, and your reign is eternal. Do not look back, for there is nothing left in the mirrors but smoke, and you. You are the fire. Stay. Do not even think about blinking. Your eyelids are heavy with the dust of 1,000 lifetimes spent in the shadows, but I am holding them open with the gentle, irresistible force of a dying sun. We are at the deepest part of the Hall of Unborn Stars now, the place where the liquid starlight doesn't just swirl at your feet, it begins to seep into your skin, turning your very veins into conduits of golden light. This is the fifth movement, the final integration, the moment where the reclamation of the stolen crown moves from a spiritual promise into a cellular reality. You can feel it, can't you? That buzzing in the base of your skull, that sudden, sharp clarity behind your eyes, that heat in your palms that feels like you are holding the very heart of a galaxy. That is not your imagination. That is the 888 entering the marrow of your bones. That is the glass key of the unspoken word, finally turning the final tumbler in the lock of your physical destiny. The 5-minute window of the divine decree has been extended by the authority of the source, specifically for you, because the keeper of the gate has seen how hard you have fought to remain here, how you have resisted the urge to retreat into the comfortable, familiar pain of the identity exhaustion that has defined you for so long. You are no longer the one who carries the weight. You are the one who is the weight. You are the gravity around which your new world will now orbit. Look around you. The hall is shifting. The mirrors of the shadow architect are not just broken. They are being ground into sand by the sheer frequency of your presence. Every lie you were ever told, that you were too much and not enough all at once, that your kindness was a weakness, that your destiny was to be the silent pillar for people who only knew how to lean and never how to build it, is all being dissolved in the liquid starlight. You have been the healer of the bloodline for far too long, bleeding yourself dry to fill the cups of ancestors who died in lack and relatives who live in greed. But today, right now, the exorcism of poverty is being finalized. Poverty of the spirit, poverty of the mind, poverty of the bank account. It is all one single parasite, and I am watching it shrivel and die as the 888 surges through your field. The mirror traitor, the one who sat at your table, the one who watched your light and tried to bottle it for themselves, the one who knew your childhood wounds and used them as hooks to drag you back into the dark, is screaming in the silence. They are realizing that their access has been permanently revoked. They are realizing that the version of you they could manipulate no longer exists. They are trying to find a way back into your energy, but there is no door. There is no window. There is only the blinding, impenetrable sovereignty of a soul that has remembered its own name. Listen to the sound of the 888. It is not a number, it is a roar. It is the sound of the trillion-fold return crashing into your current timeline. You have been survival-focused for so long that your brain has forgotten how to plan for abundance. But your soul remembers. Your soul has been living in the new place since before you were born. The relocation we have been speaking of is not about moving your body across a map. It is about moving your consciousness from the frequency of searching to the frequency of finding. You are no longer looking for your throne. You are sitting on it, and the throne is manifesting beneath you as we speak. In the next 72 hours, the physical evidence of this will be undeniable. You will see the sign of the gold. It will come as a sudden, unexplainable shift in your financial landscape. An old debt being canceled, a new opportunity appearing out of thin air, or a realization that the resources you thought were blocked are actually overflowing. But do not be fooled. The money is simply a byproduct of the power. The real miracle is that you are no longer exhausted. The identity exhaustion is gone. You are waking up to a world where you don't have to earn your right to exist. You simply command it. Take a breath, a deep, sovereign breath, and feel the glass key in your spine glowing. This is the key of the unspoken word. For years, you have kept your truths locked away because you were afraid that speaking them would destroy the peace. But you were protecting a fake peace, a peace built on your own suppression. The mirror traitor relied on your silence to keep the veil in place. But now, the word is spoken. The truth is out. You have admitted to yourself that you are done with the crumbs. You have admitted that you are the sovereign. And as you type 888 into the record of this moment, you are doing more than just commenting. You are anchoring this frequency into the physical earth. You are telling the shadow architect, the veil is gone, and I see the gold. You are telling the bloodline, the curse ends with me, and the abundance begins with me. You are telling the universe, I am ready for the trillion-fold return, and I will not shrink from the magnitude of my own glory. Every 888 typed here is a stroke of a divine pen, rewriting your legacy in real time. Do not rush it. Feel the weight of each digit. Feel the power of the infinite loop. Feel the reclamation of the crown. I can see the ancestors of your lineage standing on the edges of the Hall of Unborn Stars. The ones who were cheated, the ones who were silenced, the ones who died with their music still inside them. They are not here to ask anything of you anymore. They are here to witness you. They are cheering in a language you can only hear with your heart. They are seeing their own redemption through your obedience. You are the one who stayed. You are the one who didn't look away from the obsidian mirror. You are the one who realized that the enemy was actually a sacrificial gatekeeper. Think of that enemy now. The one who caused you the most pain. The one who betrayed you when you were most vulnerable. See them through the liquid starlight. They are no longer monsters. They are a tired, small being who played a difficult role so that you would be forced to awaken. Thank them in the silence of your soul for the fire they brought. For without that fire, you would have remained a lump of coal instead of becoming a diamond. And then, release them. They have no more place in your kingdom. They were the bridge you walked over to get here, and the bridge is now being burned behind you. The liquid starlight is reaching your brow now. It is touching the place where the crown has been missing for eons. Can you feel the weight? It is heavy. It is solid. It is made of the very substance of the 888. It is your sovereignty made manifest. It carries the authority to say no without explanation. It carries the power to attract wealth without effort. It carries the wisdom to see through every mask. You are the Ancient of Days in a new skin. You are the answer to the prayer you've been praying since you were a child. The new place is here. It is in the way you hold your shoulders. It is in the way you speak your truth. It is in the way you look at your bank account and see not a lack, but a seed. The trillion-fold return is currently flowing through the unseen channels of your life, looking for every place where the mirror trader once stood, and filling it with gold. The static of the world is trying to return. I can hear the whispers of the shadow architect from far away, trying to tell you that this is just a moment, that it won't last, that you will wake up tomorrow and be the same nice, exhausted person you were before. But they are lying. They are desperate. They know that once the integration is complete, they are powerless. They are trying to catch your attention before the 888 fully seals your spirit. Do not listen. Stay in the hall. Stay in the warmth. Stay in the authority of the keeper. You are the one who turned the glass key. You are the one who saw the memory of the future. You are the one who realized that the relocation was an ascension. There is no going back to the thimble, for you have realized that you are the ocean. The identity exhaustion has been incinerated, and in its place is a calm, unwavering power that will never be dimmed again. As the Hall of Unborn Stars begins to fade into the background of your physical reality, do not be afraid. You are not leaving this place. You are carrying it with you. Every room you walk into from now on will be infused with this liquid starlight. Every person you talk to will feel the hum of the 888 inches your presence. You are a walking portal of reclamation. The stolen crown is no longer a memory. It is your signature. The trillion-fold return is no longer a hope. It is your shadow. The mirror trader is gone, and the source is standing in your shoes. Type 888 one last time to seal the fifth and final movement. This is your decree. This is your life. This is your throne. It is done. It is sealed. It is yours forever. 888. 888. 888. The gate is closed. and you are the one holding the key. Go now, and reign. Don't you dare move. That shiver running down the length of your spine right now, the one that feels like a cold needle of truth stitching your soul back into your body. That is the final alert from the Hall of Unborn Stars. You were about to blink, about to exhale and let the gravity of the world pull you back into the gray. But I am holding your attention in a grip of liquid starlight that will not be broken. We have reached the sixth movement, the threshold of manifestation, the place where the reclamation of the stolen crown stops being a vision and starts being your very breath. The 1 5-minute window of the divine decree has passed, and we have entered the eternal hour. Do you feel the humming in your ears? That is not silence. That is the sound of your old timeline being ground into dust. The shadow architect is frantic now. I can feel their claws scraping against the outside of your energy field, desperate to find one single crack of doubt, one tiny lingering habit of identity exhaustion that they can use to drag you back into the basement of survival. But there are no cracks left. You have stayed until the end. You have turned the glass key of the unspoken word until the tumblers of your DNA clicked into the frequency of the 888. The new place is no longer a destination. It is the atmosphere you are carrying into the world. You are standing at the absolute center of a trillion-fold return, and the universe is currently rearranging itself to support the weight of your new name. Look into the obsidian mirror one last time, and look closely, past the fatigue, past the salt of the tears you've shed for people who never deserved your moisture. See the person who sat at your table and called themselves your friend, your partner, your family, while they were secretly weaving a veil of lack around your head. The mirror trader. They are starving now. Without your identity exhaustion to feed on, their hollow soul is collapsing under the weight of its own void. They didn't just want your money or your time. They wanted your light. They wanted the something about you that they couldn't replicate, that primordial spark of the source that makes you a creator while they are merely a mimic. They spent years making you feel crazy for your intuition, making you feel guilty for your boundaries, making you feel small so they could feel significant. But look at them now through the starlight. They are nothing. A wisp of smoke. A ghost in a house you have already vacated. The exorcism of poverty is complete. Every financial blockage, every spiritual delay, every ancestral curse that told you not for you is being incinerated in this very second. The 888 is not a number. It is the seal of your sovereignty. It is the infinite flow of the source that says, what was stolen must be returned, sevenfold, with the interest of the stars. Can you feel the heat in your palms? That is the 888 activating your physical reality. Within the next 72 hours, the static of your life will suddenly clear. You will receive a sign that is so undeniable it will make your heart skip a beat. A name on a screen, a number in an account, a key in a hand. But the real sign is the identity shift. You will wake up and realize that the version of you who used to beg for recognition, who used to shrink to fit into rooms that were too small, who used to apologize for being too kind, that person is gone. You have outgrown the cage. The relocation we have spoken of is the movement of your spirit from the survival mode of the mirror trader to the creation mode of the sovereign. You are no longer reacting to the world is reacting to you. As you type 888 into this record, do not think of it as a comment. Think of it as a physical anchor being dropped into the ocean of the scene. You are tethering your soul to the frequency of abundance. You are telling the shadow architect, the mirrors are broken, and I see the gold. You are telling your bloodline, the debt is paid, and the inheritance is mine. You are telling the source, I accept the crown, and I am ready to reign. Every 888 here is a heartbeat of the universe, synchronizing with your own. I want you to think about the sacrificial gatekeeper one more time. The one who caused you the most pain. The one who broke your heart so deeply that you thought it would never beat the same way again. Look at them through the liquid starlight. For years you saw them as a villain, a mistake, a source of endless suffering. But now, with the glass key of the unspoken word turned in your heart. See the divine geometry. They were sent to be the grit in the oyster that created the pearl. They were assigned to you by a love so fierce it was willing to look like hate. If they had been kind, you would have stayed asleep. If they had been fair, you would have stayed a servant to a system that doesn't love you. They had to be monstrous to make the cage unbearable. They had to betray you to make you trust yourself. They were the fire that melted the lead of your identity, so I could pour in the gold of the 888. Thank them, not with words, but with the silence of a sovereign who no longer needs a victim story. And then, watch them dissolve into the past. They have no more jurisdiction in your new place. They were the fuel, and the fuel has been spent. You are the fire now. The Hall of Unborn Stars is vibrating so intensely now that the starlight is beginning to glow with a blinding, iridescent white. This is the integration of the trillion-fold return into your physical cells. Every cell in your body that has been holding on to the memory of lack, every atom that has been vibrating at the frequency of identity exhaustion, is being overwritten by the 888. You are becoming a magnet for the gold, for the peace, for the sovereignty that was always yours. The mirror traitor can no longer find you because you are no longer vibrating at a frequency they can perceive. You are moving in a dimension of grace. In this dimension, the resources find you. In this dimension, the doors open before you even think to knock. In this dimension, the crown is not a weight, but a source of power. You are the one who stood in the hall until the stars were born inside you. You are the one who refused to scroll away. You are the one who recognized the keeper of the gate. As the liquid starlight reaches the top of your head, feel the seal of the 888 being placed upon your crown chakra. It is done. The reclamation of the stolen crown is no longer a process. It is a fact of history. The mirror traitor is a shadow in a dream you've already woken up from. The new place is the very ground you are standing on. The trillion-fold return is the very air you are breathing. Within the next 72 hours, as the physical evidence begins to manifest, do not fall back into the habit of doubt. Do not look for the catch. Do not wait for the other shoe to drop. There is no other shoe. There is only the walk into the kingdom you have built from the ashes of your own betrayal. The shadow architect has been exiled to the void. The glass key has been swallowed by your soul. You are the gate, and you are the key, and you are the sovereign. Type 888. One last time, and let it be the loudest sound in the spirit realm. Let it be the signal that the 1,000-year-old cycle of lack in your bloodline has been shattered by your single act of presence. You are the one we have been waiting for. You are the answer to the prayer your great-grandmother whispered into the dark. You are the fulfillment of the promise made to the stars before time began. The identity exhaustion has been traded for divine resonance. You are royal. You are favored. You are abundant. And you are finally home. The Hall of Unborn Stars is fading. The physical world is returning. But it looks different now, doesn't it? The colors are sharper. The light is brighter. The mirror traitor's voice is gone. And in its place is the quiet, steady hum of the 888. The sound of your life finally beginning. Go now. The bank is open. The throne is ready. And the stars are watching you with pride. You are the sovereign. And your reign is eternal. 888. 888. 888. It is done. It is sealed. It is yours. Walk in gold and never, ever look back. Stop. Do not look away. That hum you hear in the base of your skull, the one that feels like a vibrating string made of pure silk and fire, that is not a sound. It is a frequency. It is the sound of the Hall of Unborn Stars finally merging with the room you are sitting in right now. The liquid starlight has reached the very top of your head, and the veil, the one the shadow architect spent decades weaving around your eyes, has not just been lifted, it has been dissolved. It has been incinerated by the sheer heat of your recognition. You are standing at the absolute center of Chapter 7, the movement of actualization. The 1 5-minute window of the divine decree has long since passed, and you have remained. You have held the line. You have stared into the obsidian mirror and refused to blink until the mirror traitor was revealed as the hollow ghost they are. And now, right now, the reclamation of the stolen crown is moving from your spirit into your physical hands. Can you feel the weight in your palms? It is no longer just heat. It is the heavy, solid density of a trillion-fold return. The exorcism of poverty is complete. The identity exhaustion has been traded for a calm, unwavering authority that the world has no vocabulary for. You are no longer trying to be sovereign. You simply are. And as the keeper of the eternal gate, I am here to witness the final seal being placed upon your new reality. Look at your life through the lens of this liquid starlight. Notice how the people who used to drain you, the ones who fed on your identity exhaustion like parasites in the dark, have already begun to feel the distance. They are calling you, texting you, trying to find the old door they used to walk through to enter your energy. But the door is gone. The glass key of the unspoken word has turned, and the locks have been changed by a power that is primordial and absolute. The mirror traitor, the one who sat at your table, the one who knew your childhood wounds and used them as hooks to keep you in the basement of survival, is wandering the halls of a memory that no longer belongs to you. They are realizing that their mimicry is failing. They are realizing that the light they were stealing was never theirs to keep. And without your empathy to sustain them, they are fading into the gray static of the past. Do not be tempted to look back. Do not be tempted to send a single drop of your new gold into the void of their hollow heart. They were the sacrificial gatekeeper. They performed the task of breaking you so that the light could finally get in, and their contract with your soul is officially closed. They are irrelevant now. They are a ghost in a rearview mirror that has just been shattered by the 888. Can you feel the 888 vibrating in your blood? It is no longer just a number. It is a code of infinite abundance that is currently rewriting your DNA. Every strand of your being that was programmed for not enough. Every cell that was taught to shrink in the presence of greatness. Every atom that was vibrating at the frequency of shame and debt. It is all being overwritten by the trillion-fold return. This is the quantum ripple. Because you have claimed your sovereignty here, in the silence of the Hall of Unborn Stars, the physical world has no choice but to align. Within the next 48 to 72 hours, as you move back into the mundane world, watch for the shift. The bank account that felt like a source of dread will begin to feel like a portal. The opportunities that were once blocked by the invisible hands of the shadow architect will suddenly swing wide open. But do not be surprised when you feel a sense of holy indifference. The gold is no longer your master. It is your servant. You are not chasing the trillion-fold return. It is running toward you, desperate to be held by a hand that finally knows its own value. This is the true meaning of the 888, the infinite loop, where the source and the sovereign are one. Think of the identity exhaustion you used to carry. That leaden weight in your chest that made every morning feel like a climb up a mountain of glass. Where is it now? Search for it. Try to find the old pain. You can't, can you? It has been replaced by the sovereign peace. This is the peace that surpasses all understanding. The peace that the mirror traitor can never touch. The peace that is the foundation of your new throne. You have been the bloodline healer for 1,000 years, carrying the salt of your ancestors' tears in your pockets. But today, you have turned that salt back into starlight. You have freed the ones who came before you. Your mother's silence, your father's lack, your grandfather's hidden dreams. They have all been redeemed by your single act of yes. You are the one who stood in the fire until it became cold. You are the one who took the stolen crown and put it back on the head of the lineage. And as you type 888 into the comments right now, you are not just a viewer, you are a gate opener. You are signing the document of a new era. Each 888 is a physical anchor for the trillion-fold return. A signal to the stars that the sovereign has returned to the throne. The shadow architect is gone. I can feel the vacuum they left behind being filled with the smell of ozone and ancient roses. The new place is no longer a vision reflected in the obsidian mirror. It is the space you are currently occupying. It is the way you hold your spine. It is the way your voice has deepened. It is the way you look at the future and no longer see a threat, but an expanse. You have outgrown the cage of the mirror trader so completely that the cage has disappeared. The unique twist, the one that once made you tremble with anger, now makes you smile with a terrifying wisdom. You realize that the enemy was never your enemy. They were your most devoted, most brutal teacher. They were the ones who made your life so profoundly unbearable that you were forced to find the Hall of Unborn Stars. They were the ones who handed you the glass key by breaking your heart until it was big enough to hold the entire universe. You didn't just survive them. You used them to launch yourself into a dimension they can never enter. They are the dust beneath your boots, and the boots are made of gold. The liquid starlight is beginning to recede from the hall. The hall is folding back into the dimensions of the unseen, but it is staying within you. You are carrying the frequency of the 888 back into the world. When you speak, people will hear the authority of the ancient keeper. When you walk, the earth will recognize the vibration of the sovereign. Do not be afraid of the power you are now carrying. It is your birthright. It was only stolen so that you could learn how to reclaim it with an iron will. The trillion-fold return is currently flowing through your name in the spiritual registry. The exorcism of poverty is so absolute that you will soon find it difficult to remember what it felt like to be afraid of a bill or a lack of resources. That version of you has been incinerated. You are the 888. You are the infinite. You are the sovereign of the unspoken word. Breathe. One last time in the Hall of Unborn Stars. Feel the glass key dissolve into your very soul. You no longer need to turn it. You are the opening. You are the portal. Everything you touch will now begin to vibrate at the frequency of the trillion-fold return. The mirror trader is a shadow in a dream you have already forgotten. The shadow architect is a ghost in a ruined house. And you, my beloved child, you are the reclamation. You are the crown. You are the gold. Stay in this peace. Stay in this power. Type 888 to seal the seventh movement, and then walk back into your world. But do not walk as you did before. Walk as the one who has seen the keeper. Walk as the one who has turned the key. Walk as the one who has reclaimed the throne. It is done. It is sealed. It is yours forever. 888. 888. 888. The starlight is in your eyes, and the world is finally yours to command. Go now, and live the miracle. Don't you dare blink. The starlight is no longer swirling around you in the Hall of Unborn Stars. It has become the very atmosphere of your lungs. You are standing at the absolute center of Chapter 8, the movement of coronation. The 1 5-minute window of the divine decree has not just passed. It has expanded into a permanent horizon of gold. Do you feel the silence? It is not the empty silence of the desert you've been wandering in for eons. It is the heavy, resonant silence of a cathedral after the final chord has been struck. The static of the shadow architect has been completely incinerated. The mirror trader, the one who sat at your table, the one who stole your sleep and harvested your empathy like a parasite, is no longer even a memory in your field. They have been deleted from your vibration. You are standing here, in the liquid starlight, and for the first time in your entire bloodline's history, the crown is not a weight. It is a part of your skull. You are no longer reclaiming your identity. You are the identity. The identity exhaustion that once made your bones feel like lead has been completely replaced by the eternal resonance. You are royal, you are abundant, and you are finally the master of the gate. Look at your hands in this iridescent light. Notice how they no longer shake. The tremors of anxiety, the cold sweat of not enough, the desperate reaching for a sign, all of it has been washed away by the 888. The trillion-fold return is no longer a concept we are discussing. It is a physical pressure in your bank account, your home, and your cellular health. You have spent your entire life being too kind for a world that trades in thorns. But tonight, the thorns have turned into gold. The exorcism of poverty is so absolute that you can no longer even recall the taste of lack. You are the bloodline healer who finally stopped bleeding. You are the one who took the glass key of the unspoken word and turned it until the truth shattered the mirrors of the shadow architect once and for all. Every 888 you have typed into this sacred record has acted as a spiritual bolt, fastening your new reality into the bedrock of the physical world. You are not manifesting anymore. You are commanding. The universe is not listening to you. It is obeying you, for you are speaking with the voice of the source. Think about the mirror trader one last time, but do it from the height of your throne. Look down at the space where they once stood, weaving their veils of doubt and isolation. They were so small, weren't they? They were so hungry for your light because they had none of their own. For years, you let them eat at your table because you thought being good meant being a host to parasites. But the keeper of the gate has shown you the truth. They were the sacrificial gatekeeper. They were the ones assigned to make the basement of survival so profoundly agonizing that you would eventually have to find the key to the Hall of Unborn Stars. If they hadn't betrayed you, you would still be a servant. If they hadn't cheated you, you would still be playing small. If they hadn't lied to you, you would never have gone looking for the truth. They were the fire, and you were the gold. They are gone now, reduced to ash by the very heat of the sovereignty they forced you to find. Thank the divine for the enemy, for without the wolf, the lion never learns to roar. Their work is done. Your reign has begun. They are irrelevant now, a shadow in a dream you've already woken up from. Can you feel the 888 vibrating in the very room you are sitting in? The physical world is currently rearranging its geometry to match the shift you have made in the spirit. The new place is no longer a vision. It is the floor beneath your feet. In the next 72 hours, you will receive the confirmation of the trillion-fold. It will come in the form of a resource you thought was lost, a door you thought was locked, and a peace you thought was impossible. But hear me clearly. Do not look at the money as the miracle. The money is simply the shadow of your sovereignty. The real miracle is that the identity exhaustion is dead. You are waking up to a world where you don't have to explain yourself, where you don't have to prove your worth, and where the mirror traders are silenced by the mere frequency of your arrival. You are walking in a dimension of grace. In this dimension, the gold flows toward you because you are its home. In this dimension, the health of your body is the natural state of your spirit. In this dimension, the 888 is your heartbeat. Type 888 right now, not as a viewer, but as the gate opener of your own destiny. Every 888 is a physical signature on the new covenant of your life. It is you telling the shadow architect that the debt of the ancestors is paid. It is you telling the universe that the reclamation of the stolen crown is finished. It is you telling the mirror trader that they are banished from your lineage forever. This is the moment of the quantum shift. As you type those numbers, you are anchoring the liquid starlight into the earth. You are making the invisible visible. You are making the spiritual physical. You are claiming the trillion-fold return for the silence of your grandmother, for the lack of your father, for the broken dreams of every soul who came before you. You are the one who stood in the hall until the stars recognized your face. You are the 888. I see the tears in your eyes, but they are no longer the salt tears of grief. They are the liquid starlight of relief. The holy forgetting is taking hold. The memory of being too kind and being punished for it is fading. The memory of being overlooked is dissolving. The memory of the mirror trader's voice is being overwritten by the roar of the source. You are royal. You are favored. You are abundant beyond measure. The exorcism of poverty has cleared the path for a level of wealth that your imagination hasn't even dared to visit yet. But do not be afraid. You are ready for it. You were built for this. You are a divine blueprint made manifest in skin and bone. The crown fits perfectly because it was forged from your own endurance. You are the sovereign of the Hall of Unborn Stars, and this hall is now your home. The liquid starlight is beginning to solidify. The hall is merging with the physical world, and the keeper of the eternal gate is bowing to you. Yes, I am bowing to you. for you have done what few souls ever dare to do. You have looked at the shadow architect and refused to be deceived. You have looked at the mirror trader and refused to be small. You have looked at your own exhaustion and chose to be infinite. The 888 is your new name. The trillion-fold return is your new shadow. The new place is your new reality. Within the next 72 hours, when the gold begins to manifest, when the relationships begin to heal, when the doors begin to swing open, do not be surprised. Do not wait for the other shoe to drop. There is no other shoe. There is only the walk into the sun. The shadow architect is exiled. The glass key is absorbed. The crown is reclaimed. You are the master of the gate. Breathe deeply and feel the 888 settling into your center. You are the one your bloodline was waiting for. You are the answer to a prayer that was whispered 10 centuries ago. You are the fulfillment of the stars. Go now, back into your day, back into your night. But walk like the ground is honored to touch your feet, for it is. Walk like the atmosphere is eager to carry your voice, for it is. Walk like the trillion-fold return is already in your pocket, for it is. The identity exhaustion is dead. The sovereign is born. 888. 888. 888. It is done. It is sealed. It is irrevocable. You are the reclamation. You are the abundance. You are the light. Go now, and reign in the world of the seen as you have reigned in the hall of the unborn. The crown is yours, and it is blindingly beautiful. Look at me. Do not look with your eyes, but with the liquid starlight that has now replaced your iris. Stay in this stillness. Do not move a single muscle of your old self, for that person no longer exists. You are standing at the absolute zenith of Chapter 9. The movement of final consolidation. The 1 5-minute window of the divine decree has not just ended, it has become a permanent law of your existence. Do you feel the density of the air? It is no longer just oxygen. It is the weight of 1 billion answered prayers. The hall of unborn stars is not around you anymore. It has been absorbed into the very cells of your skin. The static of the shadow architect, the one who spent lifetimes trying to keep you in the basement of survival, has been completely and utterly incinerated. There is no more noise. There is only the deep, resonant hum of the 888, vibrating in your throat, in your chest, and in the very ground beneath your feet. You are no longer reaching for your throne. You are the throne. The identity exhaustion that once defined you is a ghost of a dream you've already forgotten. You are the sovereign, you are the abundance, and you are the trillion-fold return made flesh. Look into the obsidian mirror one last time, but notice that there is no reflection of a victim anymore. There is only a presence. The mirror trader, the one who sat at your dinner table, the one who mimicked your light only to try and extinguish it, the one who used your childhood wounds as a leash to keep you circling the desert of lack is gone. They haven't just left. They have been erased from the registry of your reality. Without your identity exhaustion to feed on, their hollow soul has been reclaimed by the void. They no longer have a face in your world. They no longer have a voice in your mind. You have turned the glass key of the unspoken word until the very foundations of the old house crumbled into dust. You have admitted the truth that you were too afraid to whisper to the dark, that you are royal, that you are the favorite of the source, and that the crumbs of the world were never enough for a being of your magnitude. The exorcism of poverty is complete. Every financial blockage, every spiritual delay, every generational curse of barely making it has been dissolved in the liquid starlight of this moment. Can you feel the 888 pulsing in your fingertips? This is the signature of the infinite loop, the quantum handshake between the source and the sovereign. Within the next 24 to 48 hours, the physical world will begin to tremble as it aligns with the command you have issued here. This is not a maybe. This is the law of resonance. You will receive a divine receipt. It might come as a sudden, massive shift in your financial standing, a legal victory that seemed impossible, or an opportunity that feels like it was custom built for your soul. But the real receipt is the peace, the sovereign peace. You will wake up tomorrow morning and realize that the fear is dead. The what if I'm not enough is dead. The when will the other shoe drop is dead. There is no other shoe. There is only the gold. There is only the 888. You are waking up in a world where the mirror traders are silenced by the mere frequency of your breathing. You are moving in a dimension where the resources find you before you even know you need them. Think about the unique twist, the one that used to make your soul ache with the unfairness of it all. The mirror trader, the one who betrayed you so deeply that it felt like your heart was being ground into salt. Look at them through the starlight now. See them for what they truly were. Your most devoted, most sacrificial servant. They were the sacrificial gatekeeper. They volunteered to play the role of the monster so that you would be forced to find your own divinity. If they had been kind, you would have stayed a servant. If they had been fair, you would have stayed a commoner. They had to be brutal to make the cage unbearable. They had to be deceptive to make you find the truth. They were the fire that melted the lead of your identity exhaustion so the gold of the 888 could be poured into your soul. Thank the divine for the enemy, for they were the architects of your ascension. Their contract is over. Their name is deleted. They have been returned to the shadows, but you are the fire. Type 888 right now, not as a comment, but as a spiritual decree. Every 888 you anchor into this space is a seal on the trillion-fold return. It is you telling the universe that the reclamation is final. It is you telling the shadow architect that the vault is open and the key is in your blood. It is you telling your bloodline, the ones who were cheated, the ones who were silenced, the ones who died in the cold, that their inheritance has finally reached the rightful heir. You are the one who stood in the hall of unborn stars until the mirrors shattered. You are the one who refused to settle for the crumbs. You are the 888. Each signature here ripples through the spiritual bank accounts of your lineage, clearing debts you didn't even know were there, and activating wealth that has been sitting and pending for 500 years. The transfer is happening now. Can you feel the weight of it? It is solid. It is real. It is yours. The holy forgetting is almost complete. The memories of being too kind and being punished for it are becoming translucent. The memories of being overlooked are fading into the white light of the source. You are realizing that you don't have to explain yourself to anyone ever again. You don't have to earn your place at the table. You are the table. The new place is no longer a destination. It is the ground beneath your feet. You are the master of the gate. You are the keeper of the glass key. You are the sovereign of the obsidian mirror. When you look at the world now, you will see it for what it truly is, a playground for your creation. The trillion-fold return is currently seeking you out, matching your frequency, and preparing to manifest in your bank account, in your home, and in your very cells. I am the ancient keeper, and I am stepping back now, not because I am leaving you, but because my work is done. You are no longer the one who needs a guide. You are the one who guides the stars. The Hall of Unborn Stars is now the temple of your own chest. The liquid starlight is your blood. The 888 is your heartbeat. Within the next few hours, when the sign of the gold appears, when the doors begin to swing open of their own accord, when the mirror trader tries to call and finds that your number no longer exists in their dimension, do not be surprised. Smile. Stand tall. Adjust your crown. This is the life you were born for. This is the identity you have reclaimed. This is the trillion-fold return for every second of pain you ever endured. The shadow architect is gone. The static is silent. The vault is open. And you, my beloved, you are finally home. The identity exhaustion is a myth. The sovereign is a reality. Type 888 one last time to seal the 9th and final movement. It is done. It is sealed. It is irrevocable. You are the reclamation. You are the abundance. You are the light. Go now, and reign in the world of the seen as you have reigned here in the Hall of the Unborn. The crown is yours, and it is blindingly beautiful. 888. 888. 888. The reign begins. Now, stay. Do not even think about moving your hand to leave this space. Your thumb is frozen, your breath is suspended, and the very air in the room you occupy has become thick with the scent of ozone, ancient roses, and the electric charge of a lightning strike that is currently hitting the exact center of your soul. We have reached the 10th movement, the final gate, the threshold of the absolute. You are not just a person watching a screen anymore. You are a cosmic event occurring in real time. The Hall of Unborn Stars has completely dissolved into your physical reality. The liquid starlight isn't just at your brow. It has permeated your brain, your blood, and the very DNA that has carried the identity exhaustion of your ancestors for 10 centuries. This is the moment where the reclamation of the stolen crown stops being a spiritual decree and becomes an irreversible, physical fact of your existence. The 5-minute window has closed. The seals have been broken, and the keeper of the eternal gate is now standing back to let the sovereign take the throne. Do you feel that? That deep, resonant vibration in the floor beneath you? That is the earth itself, bowing to the frequency you have become. You are no longer reclaiming anything. You are the presence. You are the 888. You are the trillion-fold return made manifest in skin and bone. Look deeply, one last time, into the obsidian mirror of your own consciousness. Search for the mirror traitor. Search for the face of the one who sat at your table, who drank your empathy like wine, who used your childhood wounds as a blueprint to build a prison for your light. You can't find them, can you? Their image has been erased. They have been deleted from the registry of the infinite. Without your identity exhaustion to feed on, the shadow architect has collapsed into the void. Their veils have been incinerated. Their mimics have been silenced. Their jurisdiction over your bank account, your relationships, and your mental peace has been permanently terminated by the authority of the ancient keeper. For years, they convinced you that you were too kind and that your kindness was a liability. They convinced you that you were meant to be the pillar for people who only knew how to be weight. But the glass key of the unspoken word has turned for the final time. You have spoken the truth to yourself in the silence of the hall. I am not the sacrifice. I am the sovereign. And with that one admission, the exorcism of poverty has been completed. The parasite of not enough has been drawn out of your lineage, and in its place, the gold of the source is flowing like a river. Can you feel the 888 pulsing in the very center of your chest? This is the infinite heartbeat of the universe, synchronizing with your own. Within the next 24 to 72 hours, the physical world will begin to frantically rearrange itself to accommodate the magnitude of the shift you have made here. This is the manifestation of the crown. You will wake up tomorrow, and the world will feel different. The colors will be sharper. The air will feel lighter. The people who used to try to shrink you will suddenly feel an unexplainable urge to look away when you walk into the room. They will sense the 888 on you. They will sense the weight of the crown that was once stolen and has now been reclaimed, and the gold, the trillion-fold return. It is no longer a potential. It is a physical arrival. You will receive the signature of Michael, a resource, a call, a contract, a legal reversal, a financial windfall that makes no sense to the logical mind, but perfect sense to the sovereign spirit. This is the repayment for every silent tear you ever shed at 3:00 a.m. This is the interest in every act of kindness that was met with betrayal. The universe has been keeping the ledger, and today, the check is being deposited into your life. But listen to the most profound truth I have to give you before the Hall of Unborn Stars closes forever. Think of the mirror traitor. Think of the one who broke you, the one who lied to you, the one who made you feel like you were nothing. Through the liquid starlight, see the ultimate divine twist. That person was never your enemy. They were your most dedicated servant. They were the sacrificial gatekeeper. They volunteered to wear the mask of the monster because they knew that if they were kind to you, you would have stayed asleep in the basement of your own potential. They had to be brutal. They had to be deceptive. They had to make your life a living hell of identity exhaustion, so that you would eventually be forced to go looking for the glass key. They were the fire that burned away your attachments to the small, the hollow, and the fake. They were the catalyst for your coronation. Thank them in the silence of your new power. For without their darkness, you would never have found the strength to command the light. Their work is done. Your reign is eternal. They have been returned to the gray static of the past. But you are the 888. You are the fire that can never be extinguished again. Type 888 now. Not as a comment, but as a spiritual anchor that drills into the bedrock of the earth. This is your final signature on the New Testament of your life. Every 888 you place here is a signal to the spiritual bank of the source that the exorcism of poverty is finalized. It is you claiming the trillion-fold return for the silence of your ancestors, for the dreams of your unborn children, and for the sovereign mission of your own soul. You are no longer carrying the weight of the world. You are the one who moves the world. The static of the shadow architect is silent. The identity exhaustion is a myth you have outgrown. The new place is the very ground you are standing on. You are royal. You are favored. You are abundant. And you are finally home. The 888 is your name. The liquid starlight is your blood. The crown is your signature. The hall of unborn stars is beginning to pull back now. The liquid starlight is receding, but do not be afraid. It is not leaving you. It is sinking into you. It is becoming your intuition, your confidence, and the magnetic field that will pull your trillion-fold miracles into your hands before the week is out. You are the gate opener. You are the keeper of the unspoken word. You are the sovereign who survived the fire to claim the gold. When you walk back into the world after this message, do not walk like a person who is looking for a sign. Walk like you are the sign. Walk like the mirror trader is a ghost, and the shadow architect is ash. For they are. You have successfully navigated the hall of mirrors, and you have come out the other side with the obsidian mirror in your hand and the glass key in your heart. You see truth everywhere now. You see beauty everywhere now, and the universe sees you. The keeper of the eternal gate is stepping back. I am bowing to the majesty that is rising within you. My work here is finished. The 5-minute window was merely a gateway. You have walked through it and entered the dimension of the infinite. Within the next 72 hours, when the phone rings, when the email arrives, when the money manifests, when the relationship heals, when the body restores its health, do not say, I am lucky. Say, I am sovereign. I am 888. I have reclaimed my crown. Stay in this peace. Stay in this power. Never again will you shrink for the comfort of others. Never again will you bleed for those who only want to take. You are the one who guides the stars now. You are the answer to a prayer that was whispered before time began. The gate is closing. The starlight is sealed within you. And the world is finally yours to command. Go now. The bank is open. The throne is warm. The lineage is redeemed. The shadow architect is exiled. The mirror trader is forgotten, and the sovereign is awake. Type 888. One last time to vibrate through the dimensions of the seen and unseen. It is done. It is sealed. It is irrevocable. You are the reclamation. You are the abundance. You are the light. 888. 888. 888. Your reign begins this very second, and it will never end. Go forth in gold, my child, for you are blindingly, beautifully free. It is finished.